If you tell me a truth that is yours that I don't care about and I don't know the evidence of, I probably will forget it. If you tell me a truth in a classroom setting and show me the evidence, I may remember for some time. But if you put me in a position where I discover that truth for myself in a space that matters to me, my life, and my future dreams, that truth is forever mine. When I think about my classes in linear algebra, one of the things that I want to do is position my students to learn linear algebra through a lens of their own dreams. In particular, allow them to study that theory by introducing them to ideas that they want to study in their future and contextualizing the entire curriculum through their own hopes and their own vision. This project is the second in a long series. I have at least 8 more in the queue, in which I'm trying to redesign the linear algebra class to have a choose your own adventure component. In any linear algebra.
Okay. Steve, have you seen that clip?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Awesome. Steve, I'll let you go ahead and start. I have so much to say on the advice that Jeff is presenting here. Not advice, maybe philosophy that he's presenting here. If I can learn how to end my share screen. Oh, here it is. Okay. So I think it might be interesting to share how might students channel what Jeff is saying for these instructors for themselves in their courses. And you might not have been able to capture everything that he said, but just your first take.
And just making content relevant to their lives and like have an outside application. I mean, it's kind of refreshing sometimes when you understand what you can do with something. I think it makes it easier to stick. Yeah.
One thing I can say is, especially this quarter, because I'm taking 4 CS courses, I've never done that before, I really recognize so many of my professors invest in the classroom time to nerd out on STEM concepts or to say things that they've said for many times over many terms. So that really means if we know anything that we've learned about learning, that is not us actively learning anything when that's happening, when they're geeking out about something. I mean, it's cool that they're geeking out about it, right? Because they're genuinely interested and some of that might rub off. But usually by the time they're geeking out about something, I already had like 20 to 30 questions that were prerequisites to understanding their joke or understanding what they're saying. So I can't really appreciate that moment of them smiling at themselves when they're talking about something. So in other words, when Jeff is saying that if he as an instructor can position students so that they can discover truths or discover the beauty behind some of these concepts in STEM, then they might be able to remember that more. I would say Jeff has actually given that advice for his students and us as a cohort by focusing on the process, because if we don't focus in on the process, we actually aren't positioning ourselves to discover the truths that are behind the subject matters at hand. So that's one thing I wanted to share about that.